What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to the channel. It's PvP My Kids IRL. We're into the first 48 hours. How did we do? As you can tell, we got 1 hour ticking away at the top of the screen. So that means we're right at the first 48 hours. I started right whenever the counter hit, and we were in the money. So how did I do? Where did I get to? And initial thoughts on the first season. So, what you're all here for? Who did I start? PvP. Who'd you start? I see Philip on the field. Is nope. I did not start Philip there. I actually started with Oda, Thomas, and Tachibana. Odd team, yeah, I know. I thought about it on the fly, actually. I originally wanted to start Oda and Tachibana regardless because of the sniping power that they had between the two. So Tachibana with main skill ranked up and then Swift Strike, and then Oda for the first before level 20 was his main, and then on a roll. Wish I had encirclement, but I don't. Thomas ranked his up, and then I did invulnerable. So I used him as a support for most of the fights, and I feel like that was probably the best way that I could have utilized him. I really, going into this, did not have a good idea of who to start. Kind of looking back, I might have gone with. I pulled William in the Conqueror pack. I probably should have just started William, and gone with William and someone else like Scorpio, or doing a strong two-person starter. I did draw Edward too. I could have done William Edward. That would have actually been probably a pretty decent team. But that's neither here nor there. I can kind of go into it probably at the end of the season. I'll probably run through, go through possible teams. I'll have a lot more people going in, and I will probably not start this team again. It did me fine. Where did I end up? Wrong thing. Rank 9. So ended up at rank 9, and if you see, the brothers are at the top, 2 and 3. Look at them; they getting it. They had a lot better starting teams than me. I'll say that much. I think I kind of screwed up on mine, but they're doing really good. They played really well. 2, 3, and then 9. So the brothers, 30% of the top 10, first 48 hours. Look at that. The brothers are in it. Just for reference, Sir Chubb started Richard, Lagatha, and Miyamoto. Raging Z started Leonidas, John of Arc, and a purple. So I don't know who the purple is off the top of my head, but that's what he started. Card packs, I think they're good. If you're looking at just face value, cards that you're looking to get, William the First Charlemagne, I think those are easy to. Those are the two easiest picks. Obviously, Edward Charles. Aramis isn't too strong so long as you have the V guy. You guys know what I'm talking about. He's the ridiculous guy besides him as a support. Hatch, I can't even pronounce that. I'll butcher that. Really good. Substitute in for Xerxes on the Darius team. Very good there. Henry V, basically a weaker William. Nothing really to write home about. His breakdown is basically what you use on William, along with William's own breakdown. John over here, actually pretty good. Really good skill on Edward right there because of the way Edward works. Biggest disappointment about him, Henry, they're both archer. They don't really pair well with a bunch of the other guys, so that's my biggest thing about that. Birch, I'm not the biggest fan of this guy. Sir Chubulus, I think, is going to end up using him. I think he likes him. I'm not the biggest fan of this guy. I'm not too sure. Maybe he's better than what I'm thinking he is, but we'll see. And then Gene and Thomas, they're low cost. You can't really just say that they're not just trash. Thomas's main ability, I wish it was like something like a command, but just lower attributes of what it is now. I think it'd be better. Gene, I think he's a really good starter. I just wish I had him sooner. I do have one. I think later on I might use him in future seasons starting. I think that he, with the 4 cost and cavalry start, man, he can go on a lot of teams. He gets first strike, and if you need his ability leveled up basically max, I mean, basically get 5 good turns of him. And you see, it's not based around how often he attacks; it's each turn. So he's a really good chase user right there. I feel like I'm missing someone, but I can't remember. But biggest disappointment was actually the Conqueror Pack draw rate. I think between me, Sir Chubbs, and Raging Z, we did all of the polls, and each of us only got 2 apiece. I do wish that if we had saved up, I was hoping at least a quarter of them. I was hoping for at least 4. I mean, you got to think we were saved up all season for it. I would like to see the draw rates increased by a little bit, because across the board, each of us got 2. 8,000 gems. I think whenever I look at the regular draw rates, you're doing a regular 5 pull is 900. 2 cards was 800, right? So, I don't know. I would like to see the draw rates modified a little bit. I think it's probably at 10. They probably just doubled it. I think in reality it should be closer to at least 15% if it's not already there. If it is 15%, we just had the worst luck ever. But I did see in chat people were drawing nothing out of their Conqueror pack. So just a few thoughts there. Not too much to dwell on. The tile difficulty went up a little bit. You're going to notice that, I was at level 7, tried my first 4, failed. I did. I failed miserably, set me back pretty hard. Failed at my first 5 as well, set me back. I will say, I think I took the frontal bro for the brothers. I did. I set the path for the brothers to follow, I had to set the path a little bit. So, but all good though. Someone's got to be ambitious and post their reports, and I don't really mind doing it. 14 cost. Want to mention that, guys. 14 cost. Okay, you gotta. 14 cost is basically what you can run. Do not push for 15. You'll set yourself behind, and don't go to 13 because you're not giving yourself enough. Go to 14 crown cost. Going into season 1 or 2. If you're just starting and you're like listening to some of these videos, 14 cost is what you want to optimize the team for season after season. So keep that in mind as you go forward. That's basically your cost. Decrees. Make sure you buy your decrees. Can't stress that enough. Make sure you buy these every time they're up for the first 48 hours. You get 1 on every reset, and make sure you're using them. I saved all of mine. I think the reason why I was behind on skills or behind on taking tiles, I saved up my decrees for my level 5s. I did not actually use a decree. Besides one time, I did use it to get to the next town hall. Then I saved everything up for my level 5s. So that's one thing to keep in mind, that if you're able to pull that off, I would highly recommend it. Follow the storyline. This thing right here, you guys got to follow this. Make sure you're following this, and you'll do just fine. Make sure that you, in my fair opinion, if you could, use gold on your skill experience at the start. I had a huge batch of blues that I saved up, all 3-star, use those. Some of the tips that I would recommend is swapping out your skills. As you can see, what I'm doing right here is I'm actually leveling up my Phillip, my Owl, and Gene's just in there to provide some support. But here in the next little bit, I've got to pull all the skills off and swap them all around. So that's about what I'm about to have to do here shortly. By the time the video is ending, I'm actually gonna pull the skills off and put it on the appropriate people. I'm going to put it back on my main squad. I'm not going to give up on them just yet. They still need to be taking tiles about as much as they can. I just didn't have the troops to keep going, and I wanted to spend some time. As y'all can see, what I did is I basically just started investing some of my troops into getting my main squads up to level 20, right? I wanted to get Salad and William, Barbaros, Edward, Takeda, and Yushiga, my first 3 teams. I just went ahead and just started burning some troops on them. I did do that because I felt it was necessary to keep up. I didn't want to start, whenever I got the team, I didn't want to start spending stamina. So what I did was, whenever I got military theory and I could have some of that frontal cost taken by them and not have to lose. Or I could start on level 3s and 4s with that team. I would just go ahead and do it. I'm trying to think. I'm actually probably going to stop there with Gene's taking too many losses, so I think that's about as far as I'll take them up. I need to save some troops over for tomorrow. I need to start taking the 6s again. And I think that's pretty much it on my initial thoughts. Um, they did implement a few ways for us to get some more gems. Monthly pass, they did include the discount pack. As you can obviously tell, I did spend and get them all. The monthly pack is 20. If you do the math on this works out very well. It just says 330%. But this is a great buy. 4 or 5 poles for $20. I will say if you're a moderate spender, that's your best bet right there, right? The gems, these all remain the same. I would highly recommend getting this. This is well worth it. They did shorten the amount. It did hurt the free to play players. I'll be completely honest. If you don't intend on buying this, it does hurt you. So do keep that in mind. And you do get Suju. So whatever this is, if I get Wukui out of this, I'm throwing my computer mouse out the window because I'm tired of getting this guy. If I'm gonna get one, I hope it's Alexander or Takeda because I need the breakdown, or Maokwai, however you pronounce his. I don't want anybody else, to be honest. So there's only 3 people that are even useful to me on this. I wish it was a set person, and I wish it was just a decent person, right? But you do get a lot of gold out of here, and you do get an Oathkeeper at the end. It was 2 Oathkeepers last season. Keep that in mind. So I think the pack overall got nerfed, and it's still the same amount of money. So, and it did come with a gold piece of equipment at the end of the season. There is no 7-day login golds. There is none of that. Would definitely like to see something like that implemented just to help everybody out, especially the free-to-play players. The embattlement shop, just quickly running over this. You got to get the food and the skill experience in here. You've got to get that, and then buy everything else. Don't cheap yourself out of a good start. A good start's going to get you very good in this. So that's my one thing about that. And aside from that, that's basically it. Definitely the talent tree, just going quickly over that. I don't want to take too much of your time. Talent tree, I kind of just did whatever sounded good. I didn't use cavalry, so I didn't start, but I do want the noble knights because I will be running a ton of cavalry this season. Definitely recommend going up here for the sweep function, and then if you plan on leveling up your teams, increase that skill experience for that, and then you also get XP gained by heroes. Huge right there. Also this right here, Adept Gather, increases resource at the beginning of the game. Every minute counts, right? Invest in that. Can't say that enough. Territory limit, get that. Territory limit right here again, get that. You want as many talents as you can get. In reputation, get that. Those are the few things that you got to get. Obviously get the basic ones, but if you're going to focus, get Gather, get Lord experience, so that way you keep leveling up quicker. You do want that. And then prioritize your territory limits. So that's the first thing I would get. These 2 trees right here, get these and get these 2. Your first 7, I would probably just get these, then go up into your tiles, and then go into this right over here, because you don't get this until pretty far in, and you're not about to be sweeping tiles at the beginning either. So you don't need to worry too much about your reserves right now. That'll come later. So, but that's it, folks. Season 2, right there at the start, rank 9. The brothers are ranked 2 and 3, respectively. Definitely follow the, if you get any of the new cards, definitely follow some of the new season recommended things. I think they're very good. Definitely helps you out. And do I have a free poll? I'll end y'all out on a free poll. I'll do a 5 poll for y'all. Okay. Well, that sucks. Alright, guys. Well, thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.